Welcome again to Fruitful Investment Strategies. My name is. We're going to talk about the Elon Musk, what he has actually unveiled. So we heard recently that Elon Musk did kind of host an event, and I think this event is really interesting of how actually the world and the things are going on in the world. Because on this event he called it We Robot, and he unveiled the Cybercab.
What happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y? Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you? That'd be
which I think was very, very futuristic, and the way it was looking, it was just wow, and very attractive, and all these technology, lights and everything just looked so really, really futuristic and very good. And not only that, but he unveiled also Robotaxi. Robotaxi was very interesting because you have these cars which are autonomous and which actually taxis which drive themselves, and there is no steering wheel, there is no gas, you don't need all those kind of things. It just goes on its own, and it's really very interesting. And the thing is, it opens its windows, just opens automatically, and people can come in and then they can do everything else, and people can play even cards inside there while the car is just keeping on driving itself, doing its business. And that is really very futuristic as well. But this kind of vehicles, you have them in China, whereby actually they are produced and they're on the street, whereby they drive themselves. You don't need a driver in the car. But what I think was really what was really interesting about these things is that Elon Musk is introducing this kind of technology in the West. And, you need these kind of technologies to actually make business much more easier. In terms of, when it comes to business, you can actually have many taxis and you just put them on the street. You have many Ubers, you put them on the street, and then you can actually be your own boss, your own boss in terms of that. Maybe you can just use the service as you can use the service as an app service, whereby people can just come to you and all that. But all this is actually very easily done when you have this kind of service. But the advantage with this actually system is that they're saying that it's actually safer than human. In many ways it can be, but also in many ways it can also do a lot of errors and a lot of mistakes if the system fails. So there is also that, and we're going to expect when it begins these let's say Cybercab and Robotaxi, and even the humanoid as well, which they actually introduced as well. This humanoid can do a lot of things. The humanoid can speak and have a conversation, a fluid conversation with you. This is actually based on the AI technology that you have today. It can have a very fluid conversation with you. It can think, it can actually just hold a conversation with you and tell you and learn a lot of things. It comes like a computer which is learning, or Google which is learning actually what you're going to ask. And once you start typing, you have actually preferences or some suggestions which comes in on the bottom line, and then you have to choose. So these robots are actually learning a lot of things, and they're coming there and just introducing, this is the technology which is actually absorbing a lot of knowledge and a lot of information with it. And I think this is what they're going to use in the future to track you or to go against us. Because now the phone that we are using actually is actually a tool that the government or any other system uses actually to track us and to know what we are doing, where we are at a very specific time. Look at what is happening in Israel. Look at what is happening in Gaza and in Hezbollah's in Lebanon. Israel is using technology to kind of track the terrorists. And that, I think, is what the world is going to. They're going to track everyone where they are. And they're going to know exactly what you do, at what time you actually do those things you're doing. So there is nothing that is going to be hidden. And that's what technology is actually bringing. Today, you can be in Africa, you can be somewhere, and then you know exactly who has come on your door, who has knocked on your door, and you can be everywhere in the world, and you have the information at what time they come on the door, what they did, in the house. You can see everything that is going on in the house. You can track everything that is in the fridge. You have cameras which are even in the oven. So you have kind of a lot of information which companies are gathering out there, just actually to know the users and what they need, and to sell them what actually they need, and to make business out of it, and to track them. So this is actually information which can be used to give to these companies to develop new kind of materials and new kind of things which can be used to track its clients. And that is it's good in a certain sense. It's also very bad in a certain sense. So I am just waiting for your comments and to see, are you really excited about these cyber robots, or are you really excited about this Robotaxi? Are you excited about Cybercab? Are you excited about the humanoid robot? Because this is really interesting technology, and this technology are coming actually to its imaginations, its satisfactions in a sense, to kind of satisfy what we are actually, the thirst that is in the human, of needs and all. If this Robotaxi and humanoid comes, man, we'll have a lazy population, a very lazy population. So what about the jobs which are done by the taxis? Do you think the taxis are going to go off market? Or do you think that man will take actually advantage of that? And tell me in the comments and let me know what you think about this, because this is very interesting. And what do you think about the roads in Africa? Because some of the places we have really bad roads. Do you think these taxis can actually take us the best place, or are they going to cause us accident and go in the sea? Because I've seen some videos on TikTok where that the Google map is just trying to take the person in the sea. Is that going to happen here, or is it actually something which is different that is going to happen here? If this is your first time, please make sure that you subscribe and you follow us. Share this video with many more people as you can. See you on the next one.
So this can carry up to 20 people, and it can also transport goods. The Robovan is what's going to solve for high density.